For the most part, trail runners pretty much know what they're getting themselves into when they sign up for a race. They know the course, the distance, they even know what they're going to get at the finish. But what if races didn't show you the course ahead of time? You didn't know what you were going to get at the finish, and you didn't even know how far you were going to run. Some people would call that a stupid, crazy-ass idea. Others call it the leftovers. What did I just sign up for? Have you ever wondered what race organizations do with all of the leftover awards and shirts and swag after these races? Me neither. I just figured the people putting on these events are generally pretty creative people. They'd find ways to make use of this stuff. A lot of arts and crafts, maybe turn the shirts into quilts, maybe take all the medals and make some wind chimes, who knows. Well, at Happy Trails Racing, they decided to do something a little bit different. Maybe they were tired of re-gifting knickknacks and quilts to each other. Maybe they hate wind chimes as much as I do. I know what kind of person hates wind chimes, right? There's no off switch on wind chimes. Don't get me started. So the premise was they would host a race at the end of the season after all of the other races had taken place. And at this race, they would hand out all of the leftover swag and awards from all of the other races that season. Now the interesting part was this was going to be a mystery race where you didn't know anything about the course ahead of time. This was either a really cool idea or they just didn't get around to planning a course until the last minute. Nothing wrong with that. Like I always tell my kids, if you leave things till the last minute, it only takes a minute. Pretty sure they planned it though. Venturing into the unknown can be pretty scary. So for emotional support, I brought along my buddy Jeff. Whoops. Jeff. Nope. Jeff. There he is. We knew it took place in Dundas Valley Conservation Area, and they did let us know there would be 3 distances offered, with the longest being about 25k at the most. So basically, short enough that you don't need to prepare or pack anything, but long enough that you need to tie your shoes. When we arrived, they had the course maps posted on a sign for everyone to finally get a look. But what was the point in peeking now? We're here, we're wearing shoes, we're gonna run somewhere, good enough for me. Besides, race director Jeff was about to fill us in on the course distances. There was the short course.
The short distance is about 5.75 kilometers.
The medium course.
The medium course is posted as 14 kilometers, but I feel like it's more like 15 kilometers.
And the long course.
The long course is the short course plus the medium course, and that's probably going to be about 21 kilometers.
So all you really needed to know was which color flag was for which distance.
Short is red, medium is orange. There's like 50 orange flags going to the right, and there's 50 red flags going to the left.
Now, when he mentioned the color of the flags, Jeff had run back to the car, and I wasn't paying attention. Whatever, there's only 2 colors. Let's go. So for the first 100 meters, we all run together. Then the short course turns one way and the medium course goes the other way. So I told Jeff we were following the orange flags. This was wrong. But as we started to turn the wrong way, someone corrected us. No problem. So the short course headed east for about 3 kilometers on some mostly runnable rolling trail before doing a loop near Sanctuary Park and then heading back. On the way back, we would run along the rail trail for a bit before rejoining the same trail, then heading up out of the valley, back to the start-finish, which would be the only aid station on the course. Water, this guy?
Yeah, water in the blue.
Perfect.
Where are we? Back out?
Yeah. Oh, straight back? Okay. After topping up our fluids and grabbing a bite, we headed back down into the valley to begin the medium course. The medium course was about a 15k loop that had lots of different sections. It even joined the Bruce Trail for a portion with some nice views down some steep valleys. Hamilton region is home to 156 waterfalls, and the course would have us run past a number of them. That number was 1, but as far as waterfalls go, it seemed to be functioning. The course had a bit of everything. Mostly runnable single track. It had some muddy sections, but there weren't too many. It had a few good climbs to mix things up, which just made the downhills fast and fun. Near the end, we decided to pick up the pace a bit. Well, Jeff decided to pick up the pace, and he was my ride home. So I guess we're going. Now that we were done, it was time to collect our finisher's medal, but this race didn't actually have its own medal, so you get a medal from one of the other Happy Trails races. First, you need to play a game of Plinko to find out which medal you actually get. Jeff actually DNF'd at Plinko, but they gave him a medal anyway. Now I don't know of any other races that will let you choose your own medal, but my ball landed in an empty spot, which meant I got to pick whichever one I wanted. Obviously, it sounds a little silly to get a medal with a different race's name on it, but the workaround for that was they gave everyone a leftover sticker they could put on their medal. They also had a table set up selling clothing and swag from other races at a low price, which was perfect for any quilting enthusiasts. Speaking of swag, in my bag I found a shirt from Rugged Raccoon, a buff from The Beeve, a buff from Nautical Miles, and some sunglasses. Not only was the medal from a different race, but even the race bibs were leftovers from other races. This was the last event of the season for most people, so it was now time to put up our feet for the winter and get fat. Jeff and I decided to get a head start, and we headed over to a local brewery for some beer and pizza. But this time, there were no leftover. No, we're not using that. Cut, edit that. Well, that was interesting. And let's be honest, that wasn't really a race. It was more of a fun run. It felt like an after party to the trail running season. Very cool. So not only were the race bibs, the awards, the shirts and swag from other races, the location was also used from other races as well. And even the letters in the name were all taken from other race logos. Very cool idea. So essentially, there was nothing original about this race. But at the same time, everything about it was original. And it was only $30. I'll pay $30 to get out of the house. Well, thanks for watching. Now, thought I heard wind chimes. Now get lost.